Hey guys, it's Rebecca Oberstadt. So I wanted to do kind of like a candid video where I wasn't like inside and I wasn't talking about products, but it's kind of going to be about products. And I'm going to insert a little video that I took this morning with my dad. The truck going by. So I have noticed a lot of people talking about makeup products that are like nude this and nude that. And Laura Lee is coming out with a new palette called Nudie Patootie. Number one, that's probably the dumbest name I've ever thought of or even heard of. And I live in the South and we don't say stuff like that. I've never even heard any of the people that I know that are like real country that drive pickup trucks ever use that term. And I don't know, I think it's an absolute asinine name. I'm gonna sit out here on the concrete. I'm just gonna sit on junk mail. Hey Emily, Dad's dog is out here. So the first thing is all of these like lipsticks. Everybody's like, oh, this nude lipstick. Yes, I'm going to wear this nude lipstick, or a nude eyeliner. And there's actually eyeliners and lipsticks called nude. I can understand like the phrase beige or even bone, because when bones are dry, they're a certain color. And I don't even want it, the word tan kind of irritates me as well, because again, you're talking about somebody's skin color or skin tone. Now, I have a very fair complexion with warm undertones. Like, my face is one shade, my neck is another. Heck, even my legs are like, most of my legs are like really green. And I don't spend a whole lot of time in the direct sun. And I got video with my dad this morning to show just how dark he is compared to me. And my mom, granted, her parents were like, her mother was French Canadian, and there's a little bit of Mohican Indian in there, and Irish, and her dad is English and Scottish. So you figure French, Irish, English, Scottish, and Mohican Indian. And then my dad's dad was from Germany, and his mother was Native American, from what we know, Irish, or not Irish, but Cherokee and Seminole. So Dad and I have both done DNA tests. My DNA tests were like completely different than my dad's. They were similar. And it did prove that he was my parent, but the majority of my DNA is like 99% European. Like, I'm 15% Irish, like 9% Scottish, there's like 65% English, and then the rest of my DNA results go to like Switzerland and Sweden and Germany and France and places like that, which explains why I'm, I have blue eyes and fair skin and, dark hair. Big butterfly just flew past me. But my dad is a heck of a lot darker than I am. And I mean a heck of a lot darker than I am. And even my brother is darker than me. My mom, she's a pink undertone. She's about the same shade as me, but she's pink versus, warm. And even you, I don't know how well it's showing up out here, but like you can see in my face where I'm like really like green and yellow looking. I just got out of the shower, so my hair is still wet, but like the sides of my face are really green, and I'm like pink from here to here. And then my chin is pink, And I have this really pronounced line around the outside of my mouth that is really dark, where when I wear like chapstick and stuff, people are like, oh, I love your lip liner. I'm like, I'm not wearing any lip liner. So it's just stuff like that. But my biggest pet peeve with the word nude or tan is not everybody is the same color as everybody else when they take their clothes off, or when they're in a bikini or a bathing suit, or in the shower, or laying in bed, or wearing clothes. It doesn't matter. None of us are the same color as the next person. We're not the same color, be it skin tone or undertone, because you figure there's cool undertones, neutral, warm, and there's more than just those three undertones if you really think about it, because when people think warm undertones, they're thinking more olive or golden. Okay, well there's another one right there, okay? So you have, in the warm undertones, you've got olive and golden. Golden is a completely different undertone than olive. I would be considered an olive undertone, but yet because I'm so fair, I don't meet the criteria for being an olive complexion, because people that are considered olive skin tone are medium. They're not light, they're not fair, they're not dark, they're usually a medium skin tone according to like foundation companies. And most people that you're going to find that are olive complected are people that are from the Middle East. Like my ex-boyfriend was from Iraq, and he was an olive skin tone. He was a medium, and I don't even want to say the medium shade. He was like a beige skin tone with green undertones, like me, which was kind of funny because other than the fact that, you know, his eyes were a different shade, you know, different color than mine, when we would go out, people would ask if we were brother and sister, and we were just a few months apart in age, and our hair colors are almost identical in color, similar nose shapes, designs, you know, other than the fact that, oh, and he's actually like a half an inch shorter than I am, because I'm 5'9.5" and he's like 5'9". So, you know, he always wore like tennis shoes that were, gave him a little bit of a lift, and I always wore Birkenstocks. Hell, I'm barefoot right now. I usually, as close to being barefoot as I can get is usually what you'll find me with, barefoot. I'm sick of people using the word nude as a phrase in their vocabulary to talk about eyeshadow colors, eyeliners, lip glosses, lipsticks, any lip products, any cosmetics at all. You know, when I go to the store and I look at a bra that is a tan or a beige color, you know what it says? It says beige. It doesn't say nude. It says beige. Okay? So if you want to name your lip color in the beige tone, well, you know what? Do beige. Do taupe. Do anything but nude. I really am fed up with the word. You know, I looked at Laura Lee's palette in her video the other day after somebody had pointed it out to me, and had all these phrases for, you know, some of them I thought were rather inappropriate, but that is probably just my upbringing. But I didn't see anything but 2 dark tones in there. And she's like, oh, it's versatile for any skin tone. Okay, so what about people that are darker than a medium, considered medium skin tone? There's only 2 shades in your palette, and then everything else is light. How is that going to look on somebody that is a beautiful shade of ebony? Or I went to school with a girl who was from Haiti, and she was really, really, really dark. And I mean, her skin color was gorgeous. And I would say her skin color, if you want to compare it to food, was between raw chocolate and dark chocolate. She wasn't like a red undertone. She was more like a neutral undertone. But her shade was between the difference between raw chocolate and dark chocolate. And she never wore makeup because she couldn't find anything to match. And then when I went to cosmetology school, there was a third of my class that was, darker complected. There was only, how do I think, 35, 38 of us. A third of the class was considered darker skin toned. And when we went to learn how to do makeup and stuff like that, there was only 4 different foundations in the skincare room that were anywhere near close to dark enough for them. I mean, granted, one of the girls, she called herself Redbone. She could wear 3 of the shades, but she would have to mix them. But the darker girls couldn't wear anything in there. And a lot of the eyeshadows, they didn't, the lighter ones looked horrific on most of them. And a lot of the girls, when they came to class, they would wear like silver eyeshadow. And I asked one, blue eyeshadow or silver eyeshadow? I said, why do you always wear, bright silver eyeshadow? And the one girl, she was like, because they don't make eyeshadow for me. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, nothing out there shows up on me. Silver and bright colors, like the bright. And I'm talking the peacock blue shades that she used to wear and the emerald greens. Those basically all that she ever wore. And it made sense because nothing else would show up. Browns don't show up on her. The lighter shades look awful. It looked like, when we had to practice on each other, the lighter shades, they did not look good on her skin. And, people use the term chalky, and I wouldn't use that term. I would use the term ashy because it's what it looked like. It looked like somebody put fireplace ashes on her skin when you're trying to blend out product on her eyes to make it look nice, and it didn't. It looked like somebody threw a varying degree of fireplace ashes on her. And I don't know about any of you, but if you've ever burned anything in the fireplace, you've got varying shades of ashes from burning different types of wood or different types of whether or not you start it with paper or twigs or cotton or whatever you use to burn in your fireplace to get your wood to actually burn. But I know that my fireplace usually ends up with 3 or 4 different shades when I go to empty it out. I don't know. I guess it's just a pet peeve of mine, and I am so sick and tired of hearing everybody talk about nude this and nude that. And they're like, oh, not another nude palette. No, it's not a nude palette. I would say more along the lines of neutrals, beiges, and light colors like taupe and bone and things like that. That's what a lot of these palettes are. But nude, no. Neutral, yes. Neutral, I think, would be an acceptable word for the light shades, the mid-tones, that kind of stuff. But people need to rethink what they say when they hear the word or say the word nude, especially with foundation products, because I can't go to even the drugstore and find foundation light enough for me, or a foundation that matches my skin color, and I'm pretty fair. So I can only imagine people that are the shade of my hair going in and trying to find foundation to match. I remember helping a girl in Walmart one day. I was just walking down the aisle because there was pallets blocking where I needed to go get cat food, and I turned down one of the aisles before the pallets, and there were 2 girls in there trying to find foundation that was dark enough, and one of them was a red undertone and the other one was not. So it was me trying to help these 2 girls find a foundation dark enough in the skincare aisle, and there wasn't anything there. We went down 3 different aisles looking for foundation to match the one girl, and literally she was the color of my hair, a really pretty dark brown with a red. As you can see, there's a lot of red in my hair, and I couldn't find anything to match her skin at the drugstore. Out of the 15 different lines that Walmart carries, there was nothing there for her, and that's sad. But then again, I go through the same foundation aisles and I can't find anything my shade. I have to mix 3 or 4 different products together just to find something that's going to be comparable to my skin tone, and I finally said the hell with it, and I bought a BB cream that changes colors and doesn't hide the redness that I have through here, or even the lovely dark circles that I've got, or the scarring that I've got on my face from previous breakouts, or any of that. But at least I can mix things to make things close to my shade. There's nothing dark enough for her to mix to make anything that was the right shade. So next time you think about saying the word nude, think about who's watching your videos. I know Jackie Ina talks about exclusivity for certain colors in companies' product ranges, and she wants everybody to be inclusive, not exclusive. And I agree with that. I completely 100% agree with that. And I just wish other people would open their eyes and look. You know, it doesn't have to be somebody Jackie Ina's skin tone to be offended by the word nude. I'm offended by it, and I think people need to change how they think about things and how they open their mouth and what they say, especially when they're naming makeup products nude. Please. Okay, so you're gonna name a foundation paper white, and then you've got paper white with pink undertones and paper white with yellow undertones, and name it, you know, 0 and 0P and 0Y. Oh, don't forget you need your 0G, so you've got your paper white with gold undertones as well. I don't know. Just one of those things. It was a comment somebody said to me on somebody else's video about, there's no way your dad could be 8 times darker than you. You're a liar. Well, you know what? I'm fixing to add, the clip will be added in after this of my dad from this morning. And you can tell me whether or not my dad is 8 shades darker than me or not. Because I can guarantee you, my father is 8 shades darker than I am. So I'll insert it here and you can make up your mind. Do a video. This is the back of my dad's neck. That orange shirt, Dad, kind of makes you look orange. But my skin, sorry, I know I got cold hands. My skin color compared to yours, you're pink and I'm green. But yeah, people are like, I commented on somebody's video, hell, look at your hand compared to mine. Or even your forearms. But I commented on somebody's video and made a comment about how much darker you were than I was, and they're like, there's no way in the world that your dad is that much darker than you are, that you're white as a sheet of paper. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. I am pale like a piece of paper, but my dad is dark. a lot darker. I said that you were like 8 shades darker than me. And I don't know about you, but here's a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
There's my hand, and there's your hand. And got a frying pan handle in the way, but I'm closer to the shade of the piece of paper than you are, and you're closer to the color of the burnt stuff on the, well, it's not burnt, it's water burn on the stove. And I know I shouldn't, like, argue with somebody over something like that, but I'm like the different...
You will.
It's like the difference between the inside of the bread and the crust.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the piece of bread on the inside, and you're the crust. Actually, I am almost the same color as the slice of bread. What do you want, Kat? What? You're 2 different colors, too. And technically, you're multiple colors. You got white and brown and black. You got pretty green eyes. What? What, meow? That's it, tickle my leg. Well, now that you've had a chance to see what color my dad's skin tone is, and my hand next to his, next to a white piece of paper on our kitchen stove this morning, what do you think? Do you think that my dad and I are at least 8 shades apart, skin color-wise? What do you think of the word nude? Do you think it's appropriate for people to be naming makeup and skincare and any type of cosmetics the word nude? I want to start a discussion. Leave me some comments in the discussion below. I'm serious. I wanted to start a discussion about this. I want to know how you feel about it, or what you think about when you hear the word nude when it comes from a makeup company. Anyways, I'm Rebecca Oberstadt. I am not going to really edit this video. I'm just going to piece it together so that you can see everything, and I'm going to post it on YouTube how it is. I'm even going to leave in the very loud truck sound when I walked out to the mailbox to get mail out of the mailbox by the road. So I will see you guys in my next video. Hopefully it won't be this serious. I'm just kind of peeved at the makeup industry right now. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave comments down below. I would really like to start a discussion on this. And feel free to share it. And maybe we can get some conversations started. I will see you guys in the next video. If you're not already subscribed and you want to be, click the subscribe button down below. And if you want to be notified when I post a new video, then hit the bell icon. I do all kinds of different types of videos. So I will see you guys later. It is actually gorgeous out here today in Florida. We were without power for about 12 hours yesterday after somebody ran over a telephone pole, or not a telephone pole, but a power pole. We lost power about 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and it came back about 3 o'clock this morning, 4 o'clock this morning. So we were without power for quite a while last night. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great one. Bye.